What if the food on your plate is the last link to a farming tradition that is about to vanish? Right now, across villages, mountains, deserts, and river valleys, ancient farming methods are fading away. Methods that fed families for thousands of years. Methods that protected soil, saved seeds, and respected nature. In just a few decades, tractors replaced hand tools. Chemicals replaced compost. Hybrid seeds replaced local seeds saved by grandparents. And many young people left farms for city jobs. So, why are traditional farming methods disappearing forever? What is pushing farmers to give up practices that have lasted for centuries? And what will we lose if this continues? In today's video, we shall explore the real reasons behind this silent change and why it matters to everyone, even if you never step into a field. Let's begin. 1. What traditional farming really means. Traditional farming is not just old farming. It is a system built on balance. Farmers use compost made from plants and animal waste to feed the soil. They rotated crops to keep the land healthy. They saved seeds from the best plants each year. They grew many crops together instead of one single crop. Animals were part of the farm. Water was used carefully. Nothing was wasted. These practices were shaped by local weather, soil type, and culture. A rice farmer in Asia worked differently from a millet farmer in Africa. A wheat farmer in Europe had different tools and traditions. Traditional farming was not only about food. It was about knowledge passed from parents to children. It was about festivals linked to harvest seasons. It was about community work in the fields. But this way of life is shrinking fast. 2. The rise of industrial agriculture. One of the biggest reasons traditional farming is disappearing is industrial agriculture. During the Green Revolution, many countries adopted new farming systems. These systems use chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and high-yield seeds. Machines replaced hand labor. Production increased quickly. On the surface, this looked like progress. Farmers could grow more food in less time. But this shift changed everything. Machines made manual work less important. Hybrid seeds encouraged farmers to grow one crop over large areas. Chemicals reduced the need for compost and natural pest control. Traditional farming, which focused on diversity and balance, started to look slow and less profitable. When one industrial farm can produce tons of corn or wheat at low cost, small traditional farms struggled to compete. Over time, many farmers switched systems just to survive. 3. The weight of economic pressure. What would you choose if your family's survival depended on earning more money this season? Money shapes almost every farming decision in 2026. Traditional farming takes time and physical effort. Hand weeding requires long hours. Compost preparation demands patience. Saving seeds means planning ahead instead of focusing only on quick returns. But today's global economy is unstable. Ongoing geopolitical tensions continue to affect fuel supply chains. Energy prices remain volatile in many regions. Diesel costs are still high compared to pre-conflict levels, increasing transportation and irrigation expenses. Fertilizer markets have also faced disruptions due to trade restrictions and supply shortages. When fuel and input costs rise, farmers feel immediate pressure. Even small increases can reduce already thin profit margins. Industrial farming appears more attractive under these conditions. High output crops and mechanization help farmers produce more in less time. Bulk production fits better into competitive global markets. Meanwhile, supermarkets demand uniform produce. Traditional crops, often diverse in size and appearance, struggle to meet strict commercial standards. With rising costs, loan repayments, and uncertain markets, many farmers prioritize financial survival. And in difficult economic times, tradition is often the first thing sacrificed. For climate change is changing the rules. Traditional farming depends on stable weather patterns. Farmers once knew when rains would arrive. They knew how long winters would last. They understood local climate cycles. Now, climate change is making weather unpredictable. Long droughts destroy rain-fed crops. Sudden floods wash away fields. New pests appear in areas where they never existed before. Traditional systems were built for balance, but extreme weather events break that balance. Some farmers turn to industrial seeds that promise drought resistance. Others rely on chemical support to protect crops from new diseases. As climate pressure grows, traditional practices struggle to keep up. 5. Urbanization and the loss of knowledge. Another major reason traditional farming is disappearing is migration. Across the world, young people are leaving villages and moving to cities. They go in search of stable jobs, higher income, better education, and modern lifestyles. Farming is often viewed as tiring work with uncertain rewards. Many parents, after struggling for years in the fields, encourage their children to choose a different path. But here is the hidden cost. Traditional farming knowledge is rarely written in textbooks or saved in digital files. It lives in daily practice. It survives through observation and experience. A grandmother knows which seeds to save after each harvest. A father understands how to rotate crops to protect the soil. A neighbor can prepare natural mixtures to protect plants from insects. What happens when no one stays behind to learn these skills? When the younger generation leaves, the chain of knowledge breaks. Fields may still exist, but the wisdom connected to them slowly fades. Once that living memory disappears, rebuilding it becomes extremely difficult. Some traditions can be documented, but true understanding often requires hands in the soil, season after season. 6. Technology and convenience. Modern technology makes farming easier in many ways. Tractors plow land faster than animals. Sprayers apply chemicals quickly. Drones monitor crop health. Digital apps guide farmers on planting schedules. These tools increase efficiency. But traditional farming systems are small and diverse. They do not always fit large machines or digital models designed for monoculture farming. Convenience pushes farmers toward systems that match modern tools. Speed becomes more important than sustainability. Over time, traditional techniques are seen as outdated. 7. Government policies and subsidies. Government decisions also influence farming choices. In many countries, subsidies support major crops like corn, soy, or wheat. Farmers growing these crops receive financial help. Traditional crops often receive little support. Small farmers may struggle to get loans or insurance. Regulations sometimes limit the sale of local seed varieties. When policies favor large-scale industrial farming, traditional farmers face extra obstacles. Even if they want to preserve old methods, the system works against them. 8. Environmental consequences. The disappearance of traditional farming has serious effects on nature. Traditional systems protect biodiversity. Farmers grow multiple crops. They keep local seed varieties alive. They raise native livestock breeds. When industrial monoculture spreads, diversity shrinks. Fields of one crop replace mixed farms. Indigenous seeds vanish. Soil health declines due to chemical dependency. Water use increases in some industrial systems. Rivers and lakes suffer from chemical runoff. Traditional irrigation systems often use water carefully, developed over centuries to suit local conditions. Without traditional practices, ecosystems become fragile. 9. Cultural loss beyond the fields. Traditional farming shapes culture. Harvest festivals celebrate seasonal cycles. Local dishes rely on indigenous crops. Songs and stories reflect farm life. When farming methods disappear, cultural identity weakens. Food changes too. Local grains are replaced by global staples. Unique flavors vanish. Traditional diets often include diverse nutrients. Industrial food systems focus on a few major crops. This shift affects health and nutrition. The loss is not only agricultural, it is social and cultural. 10. Real-world examples. Did you know many traditional crops are disappearing right now? In Africa, over 45% of local sorghum varieties have vanished in the past decade as farmers switched to maize and wheat. In Europe, the UK alone has lost 55 traditional vegetables since 2010, while small farms in Germany and France struggle against industrial monocultures. In the US, only 1,500 crop varieties remain commercially. In Canada, Australia, Japan, and South America, traditional rice, maize, potatoes, and grains are being replaced by high-yield industrial varieties. With each lost crop, we lose diversity, culture, and centuries of farming knowledge. Can we afford to let this continue? 11. Can traditional farming be saved? Despite the decline, some efforts aim to protect traditional knowledge. Seed banks store indigenous seeds. Farmers markets support local producers. Organic farming movements borrow ideas from traditional systems. Community programs teach young people about heritage farming. Some chefs promote forgotten grains and vegetables. But these efforts are small compared to the scale of industrial agriculture. Saving traditional farming requires more than passion. It requires economic support, policy changes, and consumer awareness. There you have it, why traditional farming methods are disappearing forever. Industrial growth, money pressure, climate change, migration, and policy choices are pushing ancient practices aside. This loss affects nature, culture, and future food security. Protecting traditional knowledge means protecting biodiversity and resilience. The future depends on learning from the past. If you found this video helpful, press the like button, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more deep insights like this.